My fiancé texted, "I'm calling off the wedding, it's over." I replied, "Acknowledged." Then I showed her family the secret folder on her laptop. Suddenly, she is desperate to reconcile. I 29 male was supposed to get married next month. Keyword was. Last Tuesday, while I was at work dealing with a server crash, I work IT, my phone buzzed. Text from Catherine, my fiancée of 1.5 years. "We need to talk." Actually, no, I'm done talking. The wedding is off, it's over. I'll be at my sister's. Just like that. No explanation. No discussion. After 5 years together, I texted back one word, "Acknowledged." Then I went back to fixing the server. My coworker Terry asked if I was okay. Apparently I looked weirdly calm. I told him my engagement just ended via text. He nearly choked on his Red Bull. Here's what Catherine didn't know. Her laptop was still at our apartment. The one she always forgot to properly log out of. The one with the folder labeled wedding planning that I'd never looked at because, well, I trusted her. Curiosity's a funny thing when your world implodes. Inside that folder, subfolders. Venue options, dress ideas, and exit strategy. Yeah, exit strategy. The folder was created 8 months ago. Inside were apartment listings, job applications to places across the country, and a spreadsheet. A spreadsheet calculating how much money she could extract from our life together. My savings that she had access to, she'd already moved $15K, estimated value of gifts she could claim, even a column for emotional damage compensation she thought she could get from my family. But the crown jewel? Email drafts to someone named Arthur. Apparently, Arthur was her true match from some astrology app. They'd been talking for 6 months. She was planning to leave right after the wedding. Wanted the gifts, the attention, the party, then bounced to start her authentic life journey with crystal healing Arthur in Sedona. I sat there staring at emails where she called me her safety net and the boring option, where she detailed using our wedding as a launch pad for her new beginning, where she laughed about how I'd never see it coming because I was too trusting and predictable. Predictable. Okay, I made copies of everything. Then I opened a beer and started making some calls. Update 1, holy cow, this blew up. To answer common questions, yes, it's real. No, I'm not okay, but I'm functioning. Yes, I have a lawyer now. So after discovering Catherine's exit strategy, I did what any predictable IT guy would do. I created my own spreadsheet. First call was to my buddy who does photography. Asked if he could do me a solid and create a nice presentation, for memories. Told him I'd pay his regular rate. Second call was to the wedding venue. Explained the situation. The manager, Sandra, was surprisingly cool. "Honey, I've seen some things in 20 years, but this is a new one. The deposits are non-refundable, but since it's your credit card on file." She transferred everything to my name, even offered to help if I needed anything else. Third call was to Catherine's mom, Jean. Now, Jean's good people, old school, believes in honor, commitment, all that. I told her Catherine had called off the wedding and I respected her decision, but thought she should know why. Said I'd drop by tomorrow with some paperwork Catherine left behind. That night, Catherine's sister Hannah started blowing up my phone. Apparently, Catherine was processing her journey and needed space to heal from my toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity equals me working 60-hour weeks so Catherine could pursue her art. She sold 3 paintings in 2 years. I responded, "Understood. Her belongings will be in boxes by Friday. You can't just kick her out. She has rights." Me. Lease is in my name. She has 30 days legally. I'm giving her till Friday as a courtesy. Then the flying monkeys arrived. Her best friend Jacqueline called me a pathetic man-child who couldn't handle a strong woman choosing herself. Her yoga instructor demed me about my blocked chakras preventing growth. Meanwhile, I was boxing up her stuff. Found more interesting things. Receipts for jewelry she'd bought herself and told me were from admirers at work. A credit card I didn't know about with $8K in debt. Books on how to marry rich and stay happy, and exit strategies for the modern woman. Predictable me documented everything. Thursday morning, I met Jean at a Starbucks. Brought my laptop and my photographer friend's presentation. Jean's face went from confused to shocked to volcanic. See, Catherine had told her family I was emotionally abusive and controlling. That I was the one who wanted to postpone the wedding. That she was scared of me. The emails to Arthur painted a different picture. especially the ones where she bragged about manipulating me into paying for her car repairs while she saved for her escape fund. Or where she detailed lying about working late when she was at sound healing circles with Arthur. Jean read the spreadsheet calculating gift values. Read the apartment listings in Arizona. Read the part where Catherine called her own mother a traditional fool who would never understand her journey. That little. Jean stopped herself. May I have copies of this? Already made you a USB drive. Jean hugged me. You're a good man. Too good for her. I'm so sorry. Not your fault, Jean. The hell it isn't. I raised her. That afternoon, the family group chat exploded. Catherine's dad, who'd already sent us $5,000 for the wedding, was particularly vocal. Her brother Sean, who'd never liked me, texted me directly. Yo, just saw the folder. What the actual hell? You need a beer? The tide was turning, but Catherine didn't know yet. She was still in Sedona with Arthur, posting Instagram stories about new beginnings and authentic living. Authentic, right. Update 2. Catherine found out her family knows everything. The meltdown has been spectacular. Friday morning, she showed up at the apartment while I was at work. According to my doorbell camera, she tried her tea, already changed the locks, then stood there for 10 minutes calling someone. Based on the arm gestures, it wasn't a calm conversation. Then she saw the boxes, all her stuff, neatly packed and labeled, sitting by the door with a note. As requested, best wishes on your journey, your safety net. She kicked the boxes. Classy. 1:47 she calls me. I don't answer. 1:50 am. Texts start rolling in. We need to talk. This is all a misunderstanding. I was going through something. Arthur means nothing. Ouch for Arthur. You can't show people my private files. That's illegal. I'll sue. Please, I'm sorry. Pick up the phone. You're ruining my life. 2:15 p.m. Her mom calls me. She's hysterical. Arthur apparently saw her exit strategy too. Sean sent it to him. He dumped her and blocked her. Something about negative energy and trust issues. She's trying to come home, but her dad won't let her in the house. Arthur, the enlightened soul guru, didn't want someone who'd scam their fiancée? Shocking. 3 p.m. Hannah texts, you're a complete jerk. She's having a breakdown. Me, acknowledged. Catherine's dad calls. Son, I've wired the $5,000 back to my account. That was supposed to be for your wedding, not her con game. Also, found out she told us you were making her quit her job after the wedding. That true? No, sir. I encouraged her art career, paid for her studio space. Figures, you need anything, you call me. 6 p.m. Jacqueline, the best friend, texts. Okay, I just saw everything. What the hell? Is this real? She told me you were abusive. Posted on Facebook by Catherine, going through the hardest time of my life. Sometimes the people you trust most betray you in the worst ways. Starting over with nothing but the clothes on my back. If anyone has a couch I can crash on. Betrayed, starting over, needs support. The comments were brutal. Turns out when you plan to scam your wedding guests, they take it personally. But the best part? My phone rings. Unknown number. Hello? Is this, safety net? Dude sounded young, nervous. Who's this? I'm Ryan. I matched with Catherine on Hinge like 3 months ago. She said she was single and we've been talking, but I just saw some stuff on Facebook. 3 months ago. Ryan, my dude, let me tell you a story. Final update. It's been a week since everything exploded. Time for the finale, I guess. After talking to Ryan, poor kid's 24, and thought he'd found the one, I discovered Catherine had profiles on 3 dating apps. All listed as single. All started 6 months ago. Arthur wasn't even her only backup plan. She had a whole roster. Ryan, some investment banker named Chase, and a guy called Moon Whisper. I can't make this up. I forwarded everything to her family. Her dad's response was just, Jesus Christ. Saturday night, she showed up at my apartment again. This time I was home. Watched through the peephole as she stood there, mascara running, holding a gas station coffee and looking like hell. I know you're in there, she said to the door. Your car's here. I didn't move. I messed up, okay? I know. I got scared. Of marriage, of being tied down. I'm only 28 and I felt like my life was ending. Still didn't move, but I realized Arthur's an idiot. He thinks the moon landing was fake. Chase only texts after 11 p.m. Moon Whisper isn't even his real name, it's Eugene. Eugene, almost laughed at that one. And you were real. You were stable. You loved me even when I was a mess. I was stupid. Please. Then she said the magic words. I'll sign a prenup. I'll go to counseling. I'll give you all my passwords. I'll quit the apps. Please just open the door. I opened the door. Catherine, her face lit up. Oh, thank God your Uber's here. The car pulled up right on cue. I'd watched her arrive on the doorbell cam and called one to my address. What? You left your art supplies. They're in box 3, didn't want them to get damaged. Also, you left your engagement ring here last month when you needed space. It's in the box 2. But I apologized. I'm trying to fix this. Fix what? You ended it? Via text, I acknowledged. We're done. You can't be serious? Over one mistake? One mistake? Catherine, you created a spreadsheet. You had a formula for calculating emotional damage compensation. You called me boring in emails to your astrology boyfriend. That's not a mistake. That's a business plan. Everyone deserves a second chance. Sure, just not with me. Your Uber's waiting. She stood there for a moment, then her face changed. The tears stopped, the mask dropped. You know what? Fine. You are boring. You'll never find someone like me again. Promise? She grabbed her box and stormed to the Uber, but not before. I hope you die alone with your stupid spreadsheets. Better than dying broke with a cheater. The Uber drove off. Haven't heard from her since. Her family still checks on me. Sean and I are actually going to a game next week. Jean sends me recipes because apparently I'm too skinny. Her dad offered me a job at his company. I'm considering it. The wedding venue gave me a full credit, using it to throw a dodge-to-bullet party next month. Open bar, good food, and no astrology boyfriends allowed. My buddy's bringing his camera to document people actually having fun. Catherine's Instagram is now private, but Jacqueline, who apologized profusely, tells me she's couch surfing and trying to become a life coach for women in transition. Her first post? How to know when to leave your toxic relationship. The irony's not lost on me. As for me, I'm good, better than good. Kept the ring, selling it, kept my dignity, and kept my savings. Started therapy to work through the trust issues, joined a hiking group, and finally took that coding boot camp I'd been putting off. Oh, and I changed my Wi-Fi name to Safety Net. Every time I log in, I laugh. To everyone who's been through similar stuff, you're not alone. Sometimes the trash takes itself out, sometimes you have to help it along. Either way, better to find out before the wedding than after. And to anyone who thinks I was too harsh, she literally had a spreadsheet calculating how to rob me. I gave her boxes and an Uber. I think I was pretty reasonable. Peace out, Reddit. Going to go be predictable and boring at trivia night with my friends. Edit, since everyone's asking, yes, I kept the deposits. Yes, I'm getting tested. All clear so far. No, I don't regret anything. And yes, Sean says hi. Edit 2. Catherine found the post. Her comment was deleted for violating sub-rules, but the TLDR was I'm manipulative and violated her privacy. Lady, you violated our entire relationship. Also, hi Catherine. Edit 3. Arthur reached out. Wants to clear his chakras of the situation. Told him to try sage or therapy. Preferably therapy. Final edit. Turning off notifications. Living my boring, predictable life. Thanks for the support, Reddit. Remember, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Even if it's in a spreadsheet.